exclusive, the presentation of a contest program for the famous festival in Austria. Renaissance, baroque, classical music, Ukrainian and worldwide song adaptations, and pieces of modern Ukrainian and international composers. Everything will be performed by the Kyiv children's choir Shchedryk in a new episode of the program Pro Art on UATV. Listen and enjoy this music with angelic voices. I think that the spirit is important for what we sing. I just sing and my companion sings next to me. We sing together and it is awesome. I have been singing since I was 5 years old upon the suggestion of my parents. My mother took me here, so I will not spend too much time at the computer, and I really got attached to it and what I want to practice. It is the legacy of my mother. She created the group back in 1971, and I took the lead in 2002. I worked as a choir master and sang in my childhood. Irina Sablina, the prominent master of choir art and the founder of Shchedryk, set the European traditions and high level of professionalism in children's choir singing. Her legacy is continued by her daughter Mariana Sablina and current young artists of the Kyiv choir. For instance, Mariana Romanivna is important for me in this venture. I believe that success depends on our readiness to give her what she expects and how ready she is to help in this. After all, it's all about dedication and teamwork. I believe that we have to have structure in our work. Everything has to be arranged in such a way that it is possible to gather people in an ensemble. The choir exists for 50 years. It is generations of children who understand what is culture and art. These are people who understand artistic cultivation of something valuable, which is created based on the highest standards. It nurtures good people, and it turns out to be the best investment of people in the future. Shchedryk is included in 5 top best choirs. Yet it is absolutely unique in terms of its status. It is an independent local hobby group within the Youth House of Art. It is paradoxical, but this independent hobby group performs songs with prominent international musicians and appears on the best European stages. Initially, when choir only formed, it was indeed a hobby group. However, it happened that we all wanted it, pursued the dream, never missed a rehearsal, and simply wanted to be successful. Our dedication to it resulted in our recognition. The legendary Kyiv Shchedryk choir participated in many prestigious singing contests within 50 years of its existence. It is well known and loved worldwide. It was a winner of many international contests. Young artists came home with valuable prizes and full of genuine pride for their group and country. I think that for everyone, childhood is the period of one's formation that defines many aspects further in life. All the more if life is active, like in Shchedryk. It is creative and full of many events. I have participated in the choir for 9 years. I value those emotions that we experience during rehearsals and shows. We become more rich emotionally and spiritually. Now we have been invited to another festival. This time it is the renowned festival in Vienna and the largest in Europe youth musical forum for orchestra and choirs. Shchedryk is preparing to represent Ukraine there for the first time. There is definitely an atmosphere of enthusiasm and creative fervor. The rehearsal is the happiness of achievement. The most pleasing is when everything works out and something beautiful is created. I think rehearsals are key moments of our performance that has limited time. One routine takes about 3 minutes. On the other hand, these 3 minutes are preceded by many hours spent on practical training sessions.
Нормально це заспівати. Ми робимо це з душою і відкриваємося.
We're doing it with an open heart to the public. We indeed have to show our emotions that we want to share with the audience.
Ми хочемо показати, поділитися з публікою.
It is interesting to observe child musicians, particularly in rehearsals. They perceive music very easily, sometimes even with a bit of humor. They feel all the nuances and even consider it as something easier than it is in reality. At the same time, children from the famous choir are presenting themselves professionally and passionately. On this stage, a person performs as a mature and grown adult. While they are still children in life, I am astonished by the fact how music and art embellishes one's personality. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it is because of our solidarity. I love polyphony, when every voice has their melody. Almost every single music piece is like that. However, there are some that sound the best. Every voice stands out separately and they sound absolutely beautiful. There are pieces in our contest program that I love, and while practicing, I just imagine going out on the stage and performing solo, especially for the audience. The famous choir repertoire consists of about 1,000 works performed in the original language. Chorus, like every single song of the contest program. Nevertheless, every member has their unique and beloved song. For instance, Ivan Moshkovsky's favorite song is the epochal Ave Maria by Zoltan Kodaly. This is a story of our travel to Vienna, which began a year ago at the international contest in Florence, where Shchedryk won the most prizes and received the Golden David Grand Prix. The Institute for Cultural Diplomacy organized a presentation of the Shchedryk Choir Contest program at Diplomacy Academy of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Young artists achieved their ultimate mission as diplomats of Ukraine culture in the world. This time they will be the headliners at the Vienna Festival. For the first time, a government establishment supported the trip and participants of the Shchedryk choir at a festival contest abroad. I believe that members of the choir were very lucky to meet such unique cultural manager as Tanya Kalita and people at the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy. I think that it is a priceless investment in the cultural image and status of the country worldwide. The contest is one of the most prestigious in Europe.
Events in Vienna is very international. Actually, you have choirs and bands from all over the world. And it's fantastic to know that there's a contribution from Ukraine as well. And especially in this bilateral year of culture, I'm very happy to see that there are participants from Ukraine. I hope they also know and understand that they are ambassadors of Ukraine and they have to do one thing, to build bridges.
I was pleased that the festival is held in the best halls of Vienna. Many professionals dream to get into the famous Vienna Concert Hall. Secondly, many representatives visit from all around the globe. A lot of children came to us recently and never traveled with us. This experience will be the first and most interesting for them. Those who have worked with us for a long time consider this event as ordinary travel and enjoy it. You experience less difficulty when you know English or Latin languages. It is a matter of practice. Of course, you are worrying when we are singing in Italian in front of an Italian audience. You want to try and make it sound as authentic as possible. According to specialists, the repertoire of Kyiv chorus reflects the level of their preparedness. Shchedryk carefully picked up a program for such concert as Summa Cum Laude. It is notable that compulsive pieces for performance include works of Arvo Pärt. We had to learn quite a voluminous piece of Pärt. It is a composer whose works took 18th place in the rating of the most performed works in the world. In other words, his works are compulsory because they will be judged in contests. This makes it interesting and is a true challenge. It is easier to judge according to one work. Our music helps a lot, because our contest pieces enclose many works of Ukrainian composers. It always impresses foreign listeners. Our music is appreciated by them. The language is not relevant. What is important is how it is presented and the spirit. The genre of choir singing is limited in active movement or backup dancing routines. Shchedryk is unique because it presents itself as one entity, where every piece has a significant inner rhythm and a creative beginning. When I sang my first concert, I was terrified. Yet during the last two concerts, it was so easy. You just look at the audience, and you want to tell them something, narrate something, and your soul is singing freely. The emotions are overwhelming, and they make you want to dance. Sometimes you see and don't understand what people are doing. They just stand there as if they're made of stone and do not react. In our case, we want to sing, to move. We want to hear music. We move in tune. We feel it, and the audience clearly sees what we're capable of and appreciates our performance.
I cannot say, I cannot speak for all Viennese, and I cannot say how many other people have listened this choir already or heard about it. But it will be appreciated and it will be received very well, that's for sure.
Experienced manager Katerina Kot is convinced that the younger generation is most capable of creating a positive image of any country. The fact is that their sincere eyes and smiles and their spontaneous reactions cannot be faked. Therefore, children believe one another in many countries. First and foremost, it works, because children are communicating with someone similar. They will say, I have a friend from Ukraine, or I know a girl from Ukraine. It will spread like a virus, the right fluids, right emotions, and the right impressions about a country. Children are the best cultural diplomats. They will not make anything up here. They will simply tell it like it is and how they see it. The Kyiv Shchedryk choir is a whole epoch in the music history of Ukraine. One of the brightest pages in its history is also written by current young Ukrainian artists who are inspired by love for art and beauty of the world.